Hello everyone, and welcome to the return of the racing school. I've decided to cover braking this episode, but make sure you hit like if you want to see more episodes. So, for this particular episode, we're going to be mostly using the Monza circuit, as you can see there, and we're also going to need to turn off braking assist and ABS. So, braking then. It's important to be good on the brakes so you don't lose time through inconsistency, and you can also gain a lot of time under braking. It's also, of course, very important for overtaking, as most moves are done or at least finished under braking. First up, we're going to look at braking setup. So, we've got three options here: balance, pressure, and brake size. They're fairly self-explanatory, but balance is where the braking pressure will go, front or rear. You usually want to set it around here, as otherwise you can easily lock your brakes, as we'll see in a minute. Pressure is just as it sounds, it's how much pressure we put on the brakes. The higher the pressure, the stronger the brakes. If you get a lot of locking on high pressure, set it a little lower. Brake size is the size of the discs. The bigger they are, the more effective they are, but it does mean you have to carry around the extra weight, making you a little bit slower in the corners. Brake size also affects the cooling, so if your brakes are overheating, use larger discs. So here we go then, I'm going to try doing 60-40 balance, so you can see, so it's a very, very forward balance. And here we're going to see what happens then in the replay. Here we go, so we're coming into the corner, got all locked up and just completely missed the apex. Here we go, from an onboard shot, braking nice and early, and no, just completely locked up, absolutely no chance of making the corner, so you need to be careful how you set your balance forward. And now on to rearward then, so once again we've gone 60-40, but this time to the rear, so a very, very rearward setup. Coming into the same corner, here we go, braking the brakes nice and early, and no, completely locking the rear wheels then, going straight across the grass. Once again with this onboard shot here, braking nice and early, and no, just locking the rear wheels, nothing to do but control that, so be careful how you set your brake balance. So, let's see how it should be done then. So as you can see there, we've gone back to my setup that I use for this track, 47-53 balance and high and large. Here we go then, coming to this corner, you see the graphic on the left hand side there showing throttle and brake usage. So when we get to the line just here, just after it, there we go, just after there we go. So straight to full brakes, absolutely full brakes, couldn't push the pedal any harder. Just as you start getting down to third and second gear, just ease off the brakes just little by little, and the more you slow down, the more you're easing off the brakes. There we go. I actually got on the throttle a little bit on the entry there because I actually braked a little bit too effectively into that corner. There we go, just coming into the next one just now. So the important thing is easing off the brakes towards the end, and we'll watch that again. So here we go, so straight to full brakes then, so barely any delay between the two. On absolute full brakes you get into third or second gear, then just starting there, you can see it just starting to ease off right the way down until you're not on it at all. And then that's about it. Watch that now at full speed then, so here we go. So it happens a lot faster, of course. That was 25% speed, and there we go, there it is. So that's how it should be done. But it's not always quite so easy as that, as we can see here in Bahrain. Massively lock on my inside wheel there, just about managed to make the corner anyway. But usually that would push you quite wide. Here, see it once again here from an onboard shot. So the inside wheel just wants to lock since you're turning left anyway. Offloaded wheel wants to lock, and there it goes. So let's see then how it should be done from a super slow-mo onboard shot as per. So once again, we've got the brake indicator on the left-hand side there. I've clearly just cut a corner there because of the warning at the top. So here we go then, going to go onto the brakes just now. Here we go, so braking quite hard but not quite full, and easing off very early. So it's just a case of basically pushing it less. Same principle, but push it less and ease off earlier. And there we go. I'm around the corner and get a half decent exit as well. So as I said, just be very, very careful on the brakes. So let's have a look at a full speed version now. So obviously it all happens a lot faster, so being very careful on the brakes there, easing off very early and getting into the corner just nicely. However, what happens when you do lock your wheels? It happens to the best of us. Look here, look, just lock the wheels coming into there and then wind up running very wide. So let's do a slow-mo version of that exact incident then. So we're going to come into this corner once again, braking down normal point, just after this line here. So I want you to watch the front right tyre here. So we just come braking, no locking just yet. We'll get it in just a moment. I was a bit too keen with the throttle, with the brake rather, just trying to get slowed down, and we should lock any second now. There we go, so got it locked, and watch now, look, so it's starting to spin little by little, just little bits, and it keeps stopping and starting. You should see real fun one drive just as well. And that allows me to just about make the corner, look. So of course in somewhere like Monaco that could stop you from going to the wall, so in this particular track it wouldn't have mattered if I ran wide. But how I did that, we start again now, look on the left hand side once again, so look at the brake this time though, look. So once again full, and I start easing off, I lock the wheel, so I ease right off, back on, off, on, off, on. So I'm just trying to stop the wheel from locking just a little bit, and it didn't really help in that instance, but sometimes that can stop your wheel from locking altogether and give you your fuller brake effectiveness back, particularly if it happens in the early part of the braking. So here we go, and this is going to be the full speed version, so yep, look at that, locking the wheel heavily and just about managed to make the corner. There we go. And for those of you that are using a manual gearbox, I will give you a hint. So you can see here, I'm going to shift down very aggressively, so very much in the rev limiter for most of the braking zone. Absolutely full on the brakes just for a fair test. And here we go, just get to the edge of that ashtray on the left hand side there. Same thing, but not shift down at all. Lock the wheels the same and run a lot further. So we'll go through that again then. So just shifting down You heard it there, shifting down very, very aggressively in order to slow it down a little bit. It probably makes you brake probably only about a metre or two earlier, but it does certainly help if you're using manual gears. You can brake slightly earlier. That concludes this episode of the Racing School then. As I said before, don't forget to like this video if you want to see more, and I thank you for watching. Bye bye.